Hi, Rene. Can you please tell me what you do in company?
Yeah, I'm the senior developer at Xelerate Learning, and yes, we develop virtual reality applications. For example, we have the Earth to Mars leadership development application, as well as presentation applications, auditorium, fire safety, and wellness and meditation applications. So we've done a few different things, but now we are also developing our own in-house products. Mostly we've been doing virtual reality applications for other companies.
Okay.
And so now we've been developing our own.
Yeah. So can you please tell us more about speech skills AI?
Well, speech skills is one of the applications that our CEO thought, oh, it would be a really good idea for us to look at speech. And having had some background in speech, so for example, I've done a TEFL certification,
Okay.
so teaching English as a foreign language.
Yeah.
I was in Borneo for most of my life, and
Okay.
so my own accent is like a mishmash of British and American and all sorts. And so the important thing about speech is that you're understood. So it's not the accent, like it's not whether you sound British or you
Yeah.
sound American that's important. What's important is that you sound understood and people know what you're trying to convey. And so Nitin felt that, our CEO, he felt that this is a very important skill to have. And so we set about developing this
Yeah.
application using AI to analyze the pronunciation. So every single word, phoneme, syllable, and how do you pronounce it, and how do you compare to the average, what we would call the average native accent within a specific region. Now, when you know this, then you can test yourself and you'll be able to see your scores to see how close are you to a native accent. Now, you don't have to become, like I said, British or American or Australian or whatever, but as long as you sound understandable, that's our goal. And we feel there's a lot of people who could benefit from this. For example, students, as well as people going into the workforce from other countries, if they're not confident in how to express themselves, because sometimes you could say the wrong thing, and you might be thinking you're saying saying the correct thing, but the other person may completely misunderstand you. So we felt that this application could just help with a lot of difficulties that people have.
Okay. So what I think is the most difficult just to have this confidence, I guess.
Mm.
So by using the platform, can you build this confidence level in yourself when you're speaking, or how it works?
Well, the more aware you are of how you sound, the more conscious you can be. Not to be self-conscious in terms of embarrassment, but how conscious you are in how people interpret it. You have to remember that there is nobody who has a perfect accent. It doesn't exist. There is no perfect
Right.
accent. And whether you sound, you shouldn't compare yourself with like the movies, like a Hollywood actor or whatever, because they've been training for years to perfect their accent, and it's an artificial accent.
Yeah.
So it's important that wherever you're from, you can just be understood, and that's the most important thing.
Perfect. So, really, we were working on the confidence and also what we think about the clarity, the way we speak, and also the way we use our body language, I guess.
Hmm. Well, with our application, we started off just as a speech application, just analyzing the voice and how what you speak, like what you said. So we look at the content, we look at the words you actually used. Then we started implementing the sound of your voice. Like, do you sound unsure? Do you sound inquisitive? Do you
Yeah.
sound happy? Things like that. So we started looking at how you sounded. Then we started applying things like facial expression
Yeah.
and like, do you, even though you're saying the right thing or sounding a certain way, does your face make you sound the same? And like, so for example, if I was like, hi, it's very nice to meet you, really.
We'll be sad.
Yeah, exactly. So what we implemented is facial recognition. So it doesn't. The facial recognition is really mostly based on how you smile. It's facial expression. That's really what it is. It's not really facial recognition per se. So don't worry, your face isn't permanently going to be in our system. It's not like that. It's all locally, and so it processes how you look and how you express yourself. Then on top of that, we started doing body posture and things like, are you leaning forward? Are you leaning backward? Do you look bored? Things like that. And then because the way that you use your body as well can signify openness, or it can say, if you're just sitting
Close
like that,
arms.
closed off, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. We're also using it on ourselves, and we learn a lot about our own selves. So, for example, when I started testing it, my natural expression seems to be angry, according to the software. So, we realized that everybody has a certain face that is their neutral face. So we have a calibration. So you record yourself, and then that's your neutral face. And then from there, based on your neutral face, we can tell, are you angry compared to that? Now, if I was compared to everybody else on the system,
Yeah.
I'm always angry, which is not good, So
Which is not true.
it's not true either. So, but it's because of my eyebrows. That's what I
Yeah.
realized, because I have these eyebrows which are kind of pointing down, So I look angrier than I am. So, and my son thinks, I don't know, you're not that angry, but it's just the way I look,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's confidence, clarity, and using all the different elements of body posture, facial expression,
Yeah.
the sound of your voice, and what you say. We try to fuse that all together. We call it a fusion engine. And we process the fusion of that, and then we give you your results. Now, the results aren't there to tell you, oh, you're bad, you're good, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
It's more like, is this what you wanted to communicate? Is this your intention? If it matches your intention, then it's fine. It's not. It really isn't good or bad per se. It's more, does this match your intention? If it does, great. If it doesn't, then work on it. That's what.
Perfect.
That's really what it's about.
I also, when you mentioned about like, so basically it's about to show what your habits do you have. So do you think the platform can have a huge impact on personality, I guess?
Uh, on personality, well, yes, because some of us are just not very expressive.
Yeah.
Some people, I mean, even in our own company, we had another developer and part of our team previously, and the way he spoke was always very flat and very neutral, and you weren't sure if he was happy or sad or bored,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we've been able to use that as well to
As a
work on our
showcase, yeah.
personality so that we can be more expressive. I mean, developers are famously flat
Yeah,
and neutral.
yeah.
So that's what we have to develop in ourselves, in a sense, that sense of personality.
Cool. Thank you so much for the interview today.
No, you're very
And
welcome.
let's carry on.
All right. Take care.